Have you ever gotten turned on while getting a massage? I had been seeing a chiropractor, Dr. Johnson, for several months to help relieve chronic back pain stemming from a car accident years ago. After one especially tense adjustment session, Dr. Johnson suggested I get a massage before my next visit to help relax my chronically tight muscles. He recommended his colleague, Angela, who had an office right down the hall. I booked a 60-minute Swedish massage and arrived at my scheduled time. Angela welcomed me into the calming massage room with tranquil spa music playing softly. The lights were dimmed low and the air smelled lightly of lavender. She kindly stepped out while I undressed down to my underwear and arranged myself face down under the sheet on the massage table. When Angela returned, she checked that I wanted a full-body massage and promised to focus extra time on my lower back. As she prepped her oil, I confirmed Swedish pressure was perfect. Angela started by pressing firmly down my spine from neck to pelvis, releasing tension with her forearms. Then she moved to long strokes along my shoulders and arms, kneading out knots. As she massaged, we chatted casually about how I liked living in the neighborhood and the best local hiking trails. After an hour, Angela gently brought the massage to a close and stepped out for me to get dressed. I put my clothes back on over my oiled skin, feeling loose and limber. I made my way down to Dr. Johnson's office for my follow-up chiropractic appointment. Dr. Johnson welcomed me in with his usual warm smile and friendly handshake. We caught up about our weeks as I settled onto my stomach on the adjustment table. He placed his hands on my shoulders and began pressing around my upper back, assessing tightness, but he seemed different today. I noticed that Dr. Johnson began to be very quiet, almost grunting. He began his exam on my shoulders as usual, but he kept moving slower and slower. His speech and tone began to sound very nervous. At one point, I was face down on the table and I thought I could feel him resting against me. Just for a second. Then all of a sudden he laughed nervously, said, "Ooh," and darted off to the opposite corner of the office facing away from me. I pick my head up to see what's going on. He grabs some paper towel and wipes his hands for several moments. He turns his head back and says, you're all lubed up, super flushed and embarrassed." It dawned on me then the massage oil must have seeped into my clothes and surprised the unsuspecting doctor when he was doing his exam. He could barely talk the whole appointment. I think he got turned on and had to take a second to calm himself down. He wiped his hands for way too long and talked like there was no blood left in his brain. I just remember hearing lots of grunting and panting. After he finished wiping his hands or whatever, he walked back over to me and started working on the lower half of my body, starting at the waist, then jumping to the thighs, back to the waist, and onto my behind. He was there for a pretty fair amount of time. I didn't mind though. This might sound stupid, but he squeezed and slapped my cheeks and claimed that it was for blood flow. I didn't mind because it felt good. I felt aroused, even. I walked out feeling refreshed, but I remember my shirt sticking to my back a little bit. Maybe it was the massage oil.